Alright, so another method that is really popular, especially in comics and a lot of illustrations, is what they call cut and grad. Now, it's called that because you make cuts with a lasso, and the grad is gradient. Now, way back in the day with Photoshop, when it really didn't do soft brushes that well, you could use gradients. And if you're not familiar with gradients, gradients is like a subtle change from one color to another. So, like, the equivalent would be to get like a soft brush and make some big marks, and but this little area in between where it's transitioning from orange to white, it's sort of like a gradient. It's a smooth transition from one to the other. All right, so let's get rid of that. So I'm going to turn off these light and shadow layers here for a second. And so we're back to our base. Now, let's say that I want to do a cut and grad style this time. So I'm just going to go back to, you can do this on a separate layer, or you could do this on the original layer. It doesn't really matter. But just for the sake of simplicity, like we did on the others, I'm going to do that on a separate layer. So I'm going to make a new layer, still on top of the colors, and I'm going to rename this to cut and grad, just so we can tell the differences. Alrighty, on the right layer. Okay. So I'm going to hit that selection tool again, the little blue S up there at the top. Still straight? Yep. Okay. And there's two options down here at the bottom. There's freehand. If you're looking, it's ever down here at the bottom. There's freehand and automatic. Now, automatic works sort of like a magic wand in Photoshop, if you're familiar with that. So automatic, I can click, like go to a layer that's got something on it. I can click an area and it will select that area. And then I can go to another layer and paint and stay within that layer. But the other way you can use that selection is the freehand. Okay, so I'm going to click freehand. Now this freehand selection tool, if you're familiar with Photoshop's lasso tool, that's pretty much what it is. So we can do the same thing we did before, except we can make the edges harder, and it looks more like you would see in a lot of like anime movies or like cartoony comics and things like that. So same thing we did before when we started, just making that shadow. So I can kind of just trace the shape that I want. And then when I get to the end, you can click that to close that selection. Now we can add others. So if I know that I want to go under his eyes again, just click that button. It'll keep adding to that selection. And again, it'll take some practice to figure out, where you want your shadows to be. All right. So let's say it's that. Well, now I can go to I'm on that cut and grad layer, and I can either color pick, and just pick a darker color, and add a little bit of red to it, and then drag that and drop it. And it'll drop it into those little areas where I put the color. Now, you can see that I wasn't on a separate layer with the eyes, so I got the eyes too. I can do the same thing I did before with that freehand tool and just select those areas. And then I can clear that. Now in Procreate, you can put 3 fingers on the screen and wipe them back and forth to clear it. So it gets rid of that and it gets rid of the selection. So you can do that. You can do that all over. So I've got my color already there, but again, you could use the multiply layer like we did earlier with just that blue color or whatever. And there's lots of ways to do this. If you want to just pick your colors, if you want to use a multiply layer, it doesn't really matter. So let's clear that and I'll show you one more. So this time I'm going to pick that blue again. I'm just going to grab it from the swatch that I saved earlier. And I can make that cut and grad layer multiply, just like we did earlier. Make sure it's visible. Choose my selection tool, the top left, right up here, and decide where I want that shadow, and then just fill it with that color. So the net effect is the same. This is totally just a feel thing, whatever you want to do. You will need to understand how to add and remove selections while you're working on it. So I'll show you over here. So let's say I make a selection. First, you have to choose the selection tool. And I'm going to do a shape. So there's my selection. Let's say I screwed up. That corner wasn't supposed to be quite that angle. I messed up. So I'm going to do this. Now, if I close this, if I click that little circle there, little gray circle there, then it'll add to that selection. That's not what I want it to do, though. So I'm going to back up, undo. Now, before I close it, I'm going to get it close to being closed. And then at the bottom, there's a minus sign to subtract it. There we go. So I could go in here and make a selection and remove it. So this is really useful when you're deciding on where your shadows go. So let's say, like I was doing earlier, let's say that I want my shadow to fall over here, but I don't want his eyes to be included. Well, draw my selection, and it's going to automatically close it from here, okay? So minus. Now remember, if you try to close it again, it's going to add it. Okay, so if I do this and then click it, it's adding to that selection instead of taking it away. So it's one of the kind of the quirks with Procreate. It's a way for them to do a lot with a little, though. You know, I like the fact that it doesn't have to be a whole other different tool, or I don't need a keyboard and that kind of thing to make that happen. So yeah, that's the cut and grad method. It would work just like the other methods would be. It would work with light, works with shadow. So like with hair, you could kind of do the anime thing, you know, where you've got like that kind of ring going around the hair. Whoops. Forgot to close it. Close it. So I'm adding all these little sections here. And each time I'm clicking that circle. So now all of that selected, I could either fill it with just drag the color over and drop it, or now I can go get a brush. Now this is where the grad part of cut and grad comes in, is now that I've got that selected, I can go get a brighter color and just get a big soft brush, and let's see, let me get out of multiply mode, that would help. I'm just going to go normal for a second. And now I can paint with that big soft brush, and then that's how you get those different amounts, the gradient, you know, in that color. So it's a little bit brighter at the top than it is at the bottom because I had that soft brush. And I can go as many levels with this as I want. So let's change the layer mode on that to screen, a little bit brighter. You guys can see it better. So now I can take it a step further. Maybe I go get like a really bright white. Let's say I wanted a really hot highlight. And I don't want it everywhere. I just want it to be a couple of places. So I'm just going to grab a couple of little areas here. Well, now when I get my brush, I paint that in. So you can do this, you know, with multiple levels, and you can have as many of these as you want. And that's what they call cut and grad. It's, like I said, it's very popular in comics and a lot of other different types of art. But so that's another way you can color, and we'll show you more in the next one.